Hey everyone, RogueGold here, welcome back to the Division 2, and today, the wait is finally over. As the final content drop of Year 6 Season 2 is arriving to the game tomorrow, we are getting not only the finale mission for this season, where we will be finally confronting Theo Parnell, that mission is delivering the highly anticipated new difficulty tier for the game with Master, and alongside all of this content comes the chance to farm a brand new exotic item, that being the Provocator chess piece. So, in this video I'm going to do a run through of some final reminders and things you can do to prepare for tomorrow's content drop, as well as give a few of my final predictions and expectations for it all. I wanted to quickly shout out that I will be streaming all of this new content tomorrow morning. I'll have a full post up in the community tab if you want more details, but tune in at 8 AM Pacific, 11 AM Eastern right here on the channel if you want to see my first playthrough and reactions to Master, the new exotic, and everything else. With all of that being said, if you end up enjoying the video and you find it helpful in preparing you for the coming week, then I sincerely hope you will consider clicking that subscribe button if you're not already a part of our community here, as not only do I have a ton of guides and other content planned for the coming days, but I will keep you posted on all things Division 2 moving forward. Without further ado, however, let's get to it. Alright, let us begin with the story and mission side of things. Tomorrow unlocks the 16th and final scout for this season of the game. In case you've forgotten or you haven't played in a minute, scouts are our new manhunt and story progression engine as of Seasons 2.0. Each week we get 3 mini objectives in the form of riddles to decipher that we complete and get lore comms from. If you're wanting to partake in the season finale mission and the master difficulty of it that we'll speak on shortly before the end of this season, then you will need to have completed all 16 scouts to unlock it. So if you are behind or you haven't started at all, get to it, my friends. This time around, we don't really know where the finale mission is going to be, right? The trailer for Shades of Red didn't seem to suggest anywhere specific, so that should be a fun surprise to find out. I've seen some people speculating that we could be going back to DARPA or somewhere like Viewpoint Museum for broadcasting capabilities. We don't fully know what Theo's current motivations and goals are, so that makes it a bit hard to predict. There was a rumor back last summer, I made a video on it back then, that under Seasons 2.0 we could potentially see climax missions taking place in brand new areas of DC. I'll link that video below in case you want to check it out. For the record, if I was putting $5 on it, I don't really think that we're going to see that, but man, that would certainly be an awesome surprise tomorrow, wouldn't it? Anyways, as far as predictions for the finale itself in terms of story, again, like I was just mentioning, we don't really know what Theo is up to right now. At least with last season, we knew Keener was searching for something within DC. He wanted us to meet him to extend an alliance invitation. All we really know about Theo right now is that Keener said, go find him at the beginning of the season, and since then all of the comms have been about setting up characters that we are likely going to meet in Brooklyn when the DLC launches. So the story overall is in a bit of a weird limbo period right now given the DLC delays. I'm not too sure how consequential, if at all, this finale will really be, or next season altogether, with us then going to track down Kelso, but let us wait and see what goes down tomorrow. Moving on, let's then talk about the new difficulty tier that is also going to be releasing with tomorrow's climax mission, Master. Now, I did an in-depth Master difficulty preparation guide video last month. In case you're wanting greater info on what sorts of challenges to expect, build recommendations, all of that, I will link that video in the upper corner right now and down in the description. The only corrections to make from back when I made that video is some clarifications that have been given to us by the dev team regarding the new exotic that is coming, but we'll cover that in the next section. As far as Master itself, again, you will need to complete all 16 scouts if you want to play it this season, as it is a difficulty that will only be available on the new climax mission. The devs are not retroactively going back and adding this to older climax missions, as it is a handcrafted experience, so it would take just as much time and effort as it does for them to make a new legendary, for example. But fear not, as I've seen some concern about, if you don't have the opportunity to complete all of the scouts or play this mission before the season concludes in 2 weeks on the 25th, Master is not going to disappear. From all indications we have, it will remain content accessible via the Legacy Manhunt system, just like you're able to go and play all older climax missions on any difficulty of your choosing. But that said, for those of you who do intend to play sometime in the next 2 weeks, you are going to need to first beat the climax mission on one of the standard difficulties, meaning normal through heroic, before Master will become available for replay. As far as my final thoughts and predictions for this, I'm really quite excited. I don't fully know what to expect, and if you think about it, this is the first new tier of PvE challenge that we'll have gotten since raids were introduced to the game, right? Because Division 2 brought back legendaries, you know, it brought back incursions, but those were both content pieces that we had in the Division 1, so at the very least we had a reference that we could compare to. Now, for the record, I don't expect Master to be some kind of revolutionary new gameplay experience, but obviously there is a reason that they are giving it its own new difficulty name and distinction instead of just tacking it on as a new legendary or incursion. So, do I think this is going to be the new pinnacle challenge of PvE content? Probably not. I mean, the devs said themselves that it is going to land roughly around a legendary or incursion in terms of challenge. So, if I had to guess, I would say that people will probably have this thing done between an hour or two as far as blind run first clears. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see what's in store. We do know what the final boss will look like as they showed him off on the latest dev stream. He's definitely giving big District Union legendary final boss vibes here. I am curious to know if the hyena branded paint on his armor is significant or if that's just for visual design. Having a legendary level of challenge for more factions than just the white tusk would definitely be fun. And it's not really clear yet if Master is going to be like just a harder version of the climax mission. Like, is it still going to contain the same narrative, lines, beats, and faction from the normal through heroic versions? Or is it going to be more like a legendary mission where it's using the same location, but basically everything else is redesigned and there's no dialogue lines as you're going through? I'm guessing the latter, but I suppose we'll find out. Again, remember that the dev said that this is designed with the intention of playing it with seasonal modifiers, however they are not required. So if you do intend to play with the mod, then be sure to lock in that build modifier combo that you're going to roll in with. For me, I've got my full red striker loadout ready to go with all out and by the teeth for that long range combo. Basically what I've been using recently to chew through legendaries. But yeah, Master arrives in less than 24 hours. Get ready. Alright, and then lastly, I wanted to recap what we know about the new exotic that is dropping alongside this content. The Provocator chess piece was first teased back when the season released, but some details on it, including its talent and how you can acquire it, have shifted over time, so let's cover what you need to know. Firstly, as I was researching for this video, I went back to refer to this season's patch notes, and it looks as though they have preemptively adjusted the Provocator's talent by a little bit. Previously, the description for Challenger read that you would receive 35% damage resistance from enemies that were within 15 meters, and it was unclear whether it had a PvP variation for that talent or not. I'm not sure when exactly they changed this, but now when you look at it, it reads, in PvE, you receive 25% damage resistance to enemies within 20 meters, and in PvP, you receive 20% damage resistance to enemies within 15 meters. So the damage resistance threshold has been lowered across the board. They increase the range of effectiveness within PvE, but then PvP has its own lower value. In PvE, I don't have much of an opinion on that, right? Because we've never gotten to test this thing out, so I don't know whether the old version might have been too strong or not. But in PvP, I feel like this is a solid place for it to land. 20% damage resistance is still a solid chunk, but to run it, you're giving up talents like Unbreakable or Intimidate and an exotic slot, meaning you can't run something like Catharsis as well. So I think it has a healthy amount of checks and balances. That said, I know some people have their doubts on this item's viability. I think when applied properly, it has the potential to be quite strong, but we'll find out soon enough. The other important side of this that everybody wants to know, okay, but how do I actually get this item? As I mentioned before, there was previously some confusion, but once and for all, let's clarify it here. The Provocator will be exclusive to the Climax mission for this season. It will have an inherent chance to drop from any difficulty that you choose to play on, normal through heroic, and that chance will increase the higher in difficulty you go. We don't know exact values, but that is the structure. However, if you choose to tackle the new Master difficulty, upon your first completion of it, you will be awarded the Provocator. It is a guaranteed drop. After that, Master then joins that tiered drop rate system, meaning farming repeat copies of it on Master would have a slightly higher chance for it to drop than on heroic, for example, so that is the plan. I definitely like the guaranteed aspect of playing Master. I think that is a solid incentive. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my hands on this thing. And there you have it, my friends. That is just about going to do it for this final roundup of everything you need to know and what you can do to prepare for tomorrow's content injection in the Division 2, whether it's the story implications of the season finale or the theory crafting potential of the Provocator. I hope you're looking forward to at least some aspect of what is on the way. That said, I would love to get your guys' thoughts on any and everything that we went over in this video, whether it's your prediction on what might play out in the story, where the climax might be located, how difficult do you think Master will really be, what builds you're thinking of slotting the Provocator into, whatever you've got. As always, I look forward to reading it below, but that's all I've got for today, folks. I will see you all on stream tomorrow and in the videos to follow. Thank you all so much for watching. See you soon. RogueGold. Ow.